I never actually listened to this, like, this remix in detail. Like, I never really got, like, this far into it, basically. Alright, level 2 Glitter Gulch Mine. Right off the bat, we can jump and grab this Cheeto page. 5 pages at last. Come and see me in Grunty's old lair in Spiral Mountain. And I'll tell you your first secret cheat. Yeah, I'm not really gonna do that. Hang on, I won't use that yet. Okay. No, okay. So we have this, first of all. These are the springy step shoes, but you'll have to come and find me before I can use them. Okay, so, these spring shoes right here are completely pointless. I think they intended you to reach the Cheetah page with those shoes, but as you can see, we can just as easily reach them from the rope like that. And honestly, I think that's a more clever and immediate solution. Alright, so immediately, the first thing we're gonna do is put on these running shoes. It's our first time using these in the game. Could just snag that Globo real quick, too. I appreciate how they turn off the running music while you're showing this cutscene. It's a good way to get a good overview of the mine, actually. Yeah, learn how to cut them corners. Right away, this nets us our first Jiggy. Depth perception. By the way, like, one way I like to play this game is I sort of like to imagine it like a Zelda dungeon style, where I had to grab these Jiggies in a specific order, and they're dungeon keys that open specific doors to, you know, the next Jiggy / key and whatever. So right now I just grabbed the first dungeon key and I use it to open this door, the Flooded Caves. So this is our first really in-depth underwater section. We have a little maze. And I don't quite remember the exact correct route. Alright, immediately turn around. There we are. And this'll just net us our next key. Jig key. And now we're just going to take the easy way out of here, because we can do that. Alright. We can also use this for a little speed up. And next, we're going to pay old James Jars a little visit. Bill Drill! This makes breaking so much fun! Now listen up to how it's done! Leap high in the air and then hold Z! Watch Kazooie spin and drill with her head! Oh, wait a minute. That'll be all. Alright! And once in a while, this funny animation will happen. And we actually got it. snag a couple notes going up here. Yeah, you're meant to use the build drill to break this, but you can also just use the beak barge to grab that blink home. So the reason I'm coming over here is just to break this rock. And also grab this Globo. I guess I really didn't have to break that rock right now, but we could also activate the Swart Pad, a couple more newts, and now we're gonna leave Glitter Gulch Mine. Yeah, we pretty much just popped in here for like 2 jiggies, and now we're leaving. Because with this build drill move, we can finish up Mayhem Temple. First of all, we can free this little mole person here. Eek! Thanks very much for unblocking my passage! It's worth a jiggy. Hand it over, you plague-ridden pest. Eek! You'll have to come see my master Bill about that! But we are also going to come through this little tunnel, and we get to hear the underwater mayhem music. A Collins Vault. I'm trying to remember which one actually does this. Alright. So we got a nifty little puzzle here. You just gotta go counterclockwise-ish around these columns. But as soon as it reaches that bottom column, that's all we need to do. Easy peasy. And we are now done with Mayhem Temple. Da 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 da. Howdy! Who might you be? I'm Bill! I'll bet your other name is gold related. What is it? Gold Bar Bill? Klondike Bill? Nope, Bullion Bill's my name! Thought so. What's up, Bill? My rodent partner, Delberta, went looking for gold, but she's been gone far too long. We saw her right in the prison earlier, didn't we, Kazooie? Yep, a quick call to Exterminators R Us sorted that one out. You don't mean... Oh, you'll have to excuse my feathered friend. She's only joking. I think I can hear her now. Yeah, how did we get here before her? Hi, honey. I'm home. Dilberta? Is that really you? I'm so happy you found my Dilberta. Take this party little gold nugget as a reward. So yeah, we have another interconnectivity section. And conveniently, it takes us right back to Glitter Gulch Mine where he can pick up where he left off. Yeah, we would probably talk to them again just to squeeze out their extra dialogue. Thanks again, partner! She's a cutie. Okay, I guess we can't talk to Dilberta. It's a note. So, our next objective is Humbawamba, which is thankfully just right next door here. And there's also a warp pad in her room. Yeah, Bubble, what you get to, Humba? Wamba called his detonator. Use control stick to move and press B for a self-destruct attack. Alright, we're gonna just pop over to Mumba's. Well, I didn't mean to actually push that. So yeah, it is a self-damaging attack. Be careful how you use it. We're meant to use it on these little TNTs. Which doesn't damage us, but it will net us a Jinjo. But this doesn't really make any sense, though, because, like, we have grenade eggs, we also have fire eggs. We should be able to blow up those TNTs, you know, like that. Instead of having to go through this roundabout method, so... kind of a controversial little decision right here, I think. Also, another little fun fact, you can't take transformations out of the levels, which means, like, if you try to take this to Bill's house, to go through to Mayhem Temple and blow up that rock from this side, you just wouldn't be able to do it. And I think the game should have allowed that leeway, you know? I think the game should have let you do that, just so we could, you know, have a cool alternate solution, instead of having to go all the way out back to Mayhem Temple, like the normal way. So here's our next one, just outside of Humba's house. And here we will meet the most infamous character in the game. Over here! I need you to help me out of this frightful predicament! Who might you be? I'm Canary Mary. They used to send me down the mines and check for gas. If I died, they know it wasn't safe. Nice. I can think of more pleasant jobs. They just left me in here. I don't think I'll last much longer. Don't worry. I'll get Kazooie here to smash the cage open. If I must. Like that. Woohoo! I'm free! It's moments like this that make adventuring worthwhile. And this creates the worst quest chain. As she parks over beside this broken minecart. Alright, now we want to come over here. We could also just kind of go across the water like this, but... So here's another one we can break, but this really isn't going to do anything... Wow. Do anything for us. This is an alternate way into the flooded caves, and naturally you wouldn't be able to come out this way until you broke that. So that's cool. They actually have two different ways to get there. It's either take the turbo shoe route or blow this way up route. Next there is a little convenient warp pad that we need right now. We'll get this blown up for later. Make sure you keep away from that box, it'll shoot bombs at you. Bleep! I'm trapped in this mine by that blocked tunnel! Bleep! If we come over here, we'll hear a new soundtrack. Magic, not work. Go through there. Leave that and burn. You leave. See ya. Wait, now that door is not open on the other side. Wait. So yeah, this will lead us to another level. We have another interconnectivity puzzle. We hear a distinct soundtrack for it, for this little section. Now we're just gonna take the easy way back and see this thing's death animation. So yeah, we are done with the detonator. We blew up all of its things. And now we're going to... Oh yeah, this is the only time we see, like, the Jiggy's talk sprite. Because they didn't have any unique characters beside this zone, so they just made it a Jiggy. That's kind of funny. Mostly defined by this distinct Jiggy boulder with a Momo pan next to it. Yeah, what we're gonna do... first I'll show you Banjo's crushing animation. Looks super cute that way. But look, we have a unique use for the golden feathers. Except they completely don't work, which is kind of stupid. Whatever. And with that, we are going to go visit Mumba himself. We are Although, we are gonna do just one more thing real fast. Actually, no, we're not going to do Mumbo. We're going to do Canary Mary. And then we'll just say that, you know, getting, like, Canary Mary's dungeon key will let us go to Mumbo's hut, basically. Hey there, Canary Mary. Why are you still around? Oh, my wings are still a bit stiff from spending so long in that cage. How about a race to help me stretch them? On this old handcart? I'm sure it was broken when I saw it last. It was, but I fixed it and put it back on the track. You're pretty resourceful for an old bird, aren't you? I like to try. Jump aboard if you fancy a go. Sounds like fun. What do we do? Simply tap A as fast as you can and drive the handcart along. Okay. So, here's where I'm going to take advantage of this. To see if it'll make it a bit easier. I'm going to repurpose some of these D-pad things with the A button. Let's see if this actually works. Yeah! It's working! I think. Yeah, I think this is actually working. It's not working as well as I'd like it to, though. Okay, so it's not going to acknowledge that many A inputs, I think. So that sucks. I can't cheat this. You'll see a Jinjo there. Good back for him. I think we beat you there, Mary. Well, I guess you can have the shiny thing I found before I got locked in that cage. Is that a Jiggy? I can't remember what it is. It's been under my wing for days. Ew, I'm not sure you want it in that case. That was a fine race. Sure was. My wings are starting to feel better. How about racing back again? Hop on the car if you think you can beat me again. Yeah, Mary doesn't hold back with us, unfortunately. But we do find another Jinjo here. That's good. That's good color placement. They put the blue Jinjo on the blue coal. Like, the thing is, these colored Jinjo are randomized. So it's kind of convenient when they put like an appropriate color on, you know, the surrounding environment. You know? You know, that's kind of what the first game always did. DK64's minecart challenges are way more fun. And we lost. Alright, let's see if we can, you know, just back that up a little bit. Fuck. Like, that was almost good. Alright! That spared me a lot of finger pressing. That's 2 out of 2 for us, Mary. Perhaps you'd like this piece of paper as a prize. It's been wedged in my... No, I don't want to know where it's been. I think I spent quite enough time in this gloomy old mine. I'm about to swoop and soar among the clouds. But bye, friends. Perhaps we'll see each other again. And unfortunately, we will. And now we'll go visit Mumbo. Mumbo here will have 2 uses in this level, 1 more from the previous. Although we technically had to use the glide twice. But, alright, because I mapped it to the A button, so that's gonna get confusing. So yeah, we can't warp into Mumbo's wigwam. Hope this works. Levitate, Jiggy Boulder! Because we already had this activated, we can listen to the music throughout the whole cutscene. I love it. Like the chant. And now, Mumbo actually gets to collect the Jiggy. And the last thing Mumbo will do is come to the train station. Like the honeycomb piece, in fact. Hope this works. Levitate, Shuffy the train! And this will be very important throughout the whole game. For now, we'll just take the easy way back. It just prevents us having to jump a few platforms, you know? So, next thing we're gonna do is actually come back here, because there's remember something else we gotta grab. There's some more notes up here. Toxic gas cave. Anything that goes through the grinders will come out in pieces, including jiggies. So yeah, hit through the puzzle we already did. There's only 2 members of the Orange family. Yeah, we also have to actually go up here and rescue that one Jinjo on the track. Wrong way. We could just do this the fun way and get the turbo shoes, but eh. Alright. Since we happen to be over here, we will do our next objective. Gloomy caverns. Somewhere around here. Another one here. So we had these. These are split-up pads. So yeah, we can't use these yet. But here's the thing, we do not need to use those ones. Like, they put the split-up pads here as an alternate solution to a certain puzzle, but we really don't need it at all. Like, anything to save us backtrack in this game is a welcome. So, welcome to the Power Hut. We hold this switch down. It lights up that underground pathway. But that's why we need the split-up pads. Because we need one of our people to hold down that switch. Except we don't really. There's really no reason to use that. Because we can already do this puzzle. And I love this creepy music. So as you can see, we can see the path just fine. We can see the faint glows of it and stuff. Very faint, though. We can also do this. That's not the one I wanted to even press. But I guess it works, doesn't it? Yeah, so yeah, the fire eggs can light it up just as easily. So there's really no reason to go through all that trouble. I come back here with the whatchacallits. Also, this works. Too bad we can't use it for very long, though. See? Easy as that. Bye, world! And remember, when you enter a world from an alternate entrance, you will respawn at that entrance if Banjo-Kazooie die. Not a big deal, though, because we are still close to the warp pad. There's yet one more thing we gotta do down there. So now we'll come down this passage. Yeah, so this also brings us by the Jiggy Shed, so you don't want to come here, rather. I want to go to the Red Cave. The Generator Cavern, where we actually do need to use our fire eggs this time. How do you shoot... How do you actually shoot eggs forward? I don't know. I guess we'll just rely on this. Oh, it's probably like the left trigger button, but that's what I'm using to crouch in the first place, so I'm confused. Anyway. I think this is possible. If I was like facing right at it. Okay, let me look at this. Like, I think this is the correct side of the ladder. Or is it this side of the ladder? You also just can't zoom out when you're this far in. That's weird. No way WarWare went through all the trouble to patch this. Alright, we'll do this the normal way. Screw you. here we can see the shadow against this right here. Easy as that. Now... Now we're just gonna head this way. And this will be the final thing we do before the boss. It's another first-person section, but we're going to unlock an arguably pointless skill. Big Bayonet! Another use of the feathered freak makes good use of her pointy beak. The bad guys know that it's no joke. Just press B to give him a poke. That'll be all. So yeah, we get this skill, and it's only used for this challenge. You've learned a beak attack, huh? Sure have, partner. Well, maybe you could help me out here. A real nasty bunch of TNT sticks have escaped from their blocks and are threatening to blow up a mine. Don't worry, we'll go in there and blast them. No! Shoot one and the whole mine will explode. You'll have to try and defuse them somehow. Anything else? Yep, you'll have to be quick, because when you defuse the first one, the others will probably start their detonation timers. So yeah, we have to defeat the TNT with this skill. We can't shoot eggs at them or we lose. Easy. What's a plot, see you, partners? How obliged? Are we talking a reward here? Well, I got this funny shaped nugget. I reckon you can have that. And we're going to say this is the boss key. It does help you move slightly faster here, I guess. I think there's actually one more thing we can do by the crushing shed. It might be down here. So yeah, the water storage. That will also lead to the waterfall cavern, where you can access the flooded cavern. This is our treble clef, one of these at each level. So that will complete the notes for this level. Fittingly, we get the little note jingle. And afterward, Banjo would actually be good at ledge grabbing. This will be our last Cheeto page in the level. But there's one more collectible in here. What is it? There's fittingly a blue Jinjo against the blue cavern, but we cannot reach that Jinjo as we are now. This is my train control pad. You'll have to battle me before you go anywhere. Huh? Who said that? Sounds like it came from inside that boiler. I wonder what's under that big pile of coal in the corner. It's playing the spooky music. Maybe it's a jiggy. Old King Cole, grumpy boiler monarch. Who dares enter Old King Cole's boiler? Him, I'm Banjo, this is Kazooie. We want to use your train. You would, huh? In that case, I'll fight you for it. But you're supposed to be a merry old soul. Not me, pal. You'll soon be feeling my merry old soul on the top of your puny heads. Yeah, this boss is nothing. Like, he does not attack us. We are perfectly safe on these platforms. Let's see how you cope with a little heat. Yeah, when he heats the place up, that floor will be dangerous to touch. We also have an air meter that only lasts a few seconds, so... yeah. This boss is just nothing. It is the easiest boss in the game. You will also see that timer in the down left. I'll show you what happens when that reaches 0, but otherwise, just feel free to wallop on him. Grenade eggs do more damage than normal eggs. No great loss. I still got another! But I don't need arms to beat you! Perhaps we should sit down and talk about this. Love the music, though. Grant Kirkhope is so good at boss themes. They need to hire him for more boss themes. Like, Mario's generic boss themes are just bleh. No! Oh, I forgot. Oh, okay. We gotta let him live for one more hit. So, yeah. I'm just gonna show you what happens when the timer reaches 0. You get to enjoy the boss music. Ow. This boss would be a lot more challenging if these platforms sank, like between intervals, forcing you to alternate, but in reality, this is just a really, really cheap boss. Yet we have more than enough time to finish him off. My boiler's now at maximum temperature! So yeah, now you have an actual time limit for your breath meter. Not a big deal. Okay, perhaps I'll let you use my drain after all. But don't you dare hit anything I've only just polished. So yeah, Old King Cole is basically a spirit being. Like, he can inhabit the coal for a physical body, but just because we destroyed the coal, well, he's still alive, so don't worry. Yeah, just an absolute pushover of a boss. Where's the actual layout? Okay. But yeah, this, we're gonna be needing this train for lots and lots of jiggies in the future. This will be a very important mechanic. But for now, we are done with Glitter Gulch Mine. Pretty sure we are, at least. No. Yeah, we are. Okay. Gotta count those honeycomb pieces now. So now we're gonna do a bit of backtracking, though. First, we could use our new skill to get the Jinjo of this zone. Black one. I mean, that color kind of fits. You know, he's probably pretty dirty down there. Firstly, here in Jinjo Village, we can climb the red Jinjo house with our new grip grab. Fun treble clef of this level. Get a neat little hidden zone. Oh. A neat little hidden zone over here. It's an ice cave. That looks like a Banjo-Kazooie game pack. I wonder what's inside. The infamous ice key. Yes, sir! It's the fabled Banjo-Kazooie ice key! I wonder what it opens. So, back in the N64, they tried to do some actual interconnectivity between the games, where if you find these special items in Banjo-Kazooie, they can carry over to Banjo-Tooie. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it to work, so they just made these items accessible in Banjo-Tooie. But the Xbox version, they did get the stop and swap to work. And now, so they give you these speed shoes and wading boots here, but you can't really do anything with them. They're just here for tutorial's sake. But we are going to use our grenade eggs, well, for the second time, because we just use them against King Cole. Yep, there's another little game pack up there, in fact. Okay, now, though, we actually need a flight pad. Wait, first we're going to go down here and see this little guy. Oh, I was knocked off the barbecue and ended up under this rather weighty boulder. Please get rid of it. I can hardly breathe. Yeah, that's the fish we were barbecuing in the first game, but I guess, well, we were barbecuing a different fish. Ah, that's so much better. Shouldn't you be in the water where it's safer? You're right. I'll probably dry up and die if I don't get back to the Meg to rent the Spiral Mountain soon. Suppose they'll be wanting a carry then. Well, I'd walk there myself, but we goldfish are a little disadvantaged in the leg department. At least, well, at least he got spared the barbecue. Thanks, guys. Perhaps these extra bubbles may be of some use. Bubbles? We want at least a jiggy for that. Sorry, I'm all out of those. However, I'll also teach you how to swim faster. Simply press A and B together. Here we go! So, not only do we get an upgraded breath meter, but we got a new swimming mechanic. This will be very helpful a couple levels from now. Yeah, we can climb the hanging bridge and go to Grunty's lair, but we're not going to do that. We just want the flight pad. There's also a flight pad at the top of the Spiral Mountain. Perfect! Well, well, well! It's Banjo-Kazooie's mysterious pink secret egg! I wonder what's inside! And yeah, we couldn't come up here in the first game, so we get to see what's above the waterfall cavern here. We do need our ledge grabbing skill to get up here. Wow! It's Banjo-Kazooie's mysterious blue secret egg! Wonder what's inside! So yep, those are some Spiral Mountain secrets we can collect now. But I believe next time we're going to head to the next level.